Howdy. This is Kalan, the painting piper. Hope everybody's doing well. This is not going to be too long. Just wanted to do my first video. And this is actually my first smoke in a while. This has really been a rough end to October and beginning of November. Last week I had a cousin that was murdered in Charlotte, North Carolina, in one of the craziest random acts of what the hell is going on type of a violent day, you know. So I've just been trying to work through all of that. We had his celebration of life this past weekend. And yeah, it's just really one of those situations that just is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, he was 38 years old, an only child on his way home from work. There's a lot of different, opinions and theories. Investigators are still trying to piece things together. And all they really have is camera footage from Ring doorbell cameras and things like that. There were no real eyewitnesses. It was everything that happened was just all caught on just several that they've been able to piece together from the imagery, the videos from several Ring cameras in the homes in the neighborhood that he was driving through to get to his neighborhood to go home. 3 people ultimately lost their lives that day. The suspect is also deceased. He after he shot my cousin, he ran into the home of a lady who had just picked up her child from the bus stop, the neighborhood bus stop. She had just picked up her child and was going into her home while he was running down the street and saw them, and then ran to their house, kicked in their door, grabbed her car keys and forced her into the car at gunpoint and just told her to drive. She drove for several rounds around the community, then out into the highway street area where they came into an intersection and they were kind of like boxed off, and she jumps out of the car and runs, and by this time police had caught up to them, and he gets out the car and he begins to exchange fire with Charlotte police, and he ends up being killed in the gunfire. So it's one of those situations that there will never be a chance that I get closure. There will never be answers for the questions that we all have, you know, not just for us, but even his family. You know, the police have been able to make contact with his family in Florida. He has no family, no nothing here. I mean, and they're completely devastated as well. You know, they cannot believe that he would that happened. This was an individual who has absolutely no criminal record. You know, he wasn't a he wasn't a drug addict, or at least not known drug addict. Toxicology reports have not come in yet, but um, you know, he's just, why? What the hell? Um, and there's a lot more to the story, but anyway. So yeah, I just haven't really been in a piping mood, but we've got to carry on and. Uh, that flame is really high. Mm. This is what we got today. Sunset Harbor. Flake. By the infamous Cornelio. Can you see that? Cornelio style broken flake. Balkan blend. Mm-hmm. A very nice Balkan blend indeed. It's one that it's one that is definitely, I would say, could, it's one that I would definitely say goes into a lineup for anyone interested in getting into Balkan blends. Yeah, it's got a nice sweet and sourness about it. The Latakia is really nice and not overwhelming. It's very much present, but the Orientals, the Izmir in it, definitely, uh, definitely front and center. Yeah, it's just one that I think, you know, if you were looking to get into a Balkan blend, it's a good one to look at, without a doubt. Uh, yeah. So that's about it, guys and gals. And just going to sit here for a bit and enjoy. And yeah. So, you know, I hope you're all doing well. Hope you continue to stay safe and take care of yourselves as best you can. And if you guys have any family and friends out there that, you know, you haven't seen in a while, I hope you are able to make way to see them and to spend time with them. If you have any family and friends out there that you haven't talked to in a while, I hope that you are able to make a way to reach out and speak to them and talk to them and enjoy that. If you have any family or friends out there that you haven't been very close to, that you've cut off, that you really don't care much about or care much for, I hope that you reconcile in the best of manners, and you know, we really stop taking for granted this life. My cousin was 38 years old, 38 years old, an only child. None of us know when, where, or how, but we know that one of these days we're not going to be here anymore. We don't know when, we don't know where, and we don't know how. We just know that we will not be here. Coming together to celebrate someone's life is nice and all, but while we're able to, we need to be celebrating together as much as possible, however we can. And as always, catch you in the next one. Peace.